Greetings, 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 greetings. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Lineage? This is your brother Chief with another video. I'm about to drop some information for y'all. As usual, I could only bring the information, but you do what you got to do with it, right? With that being said, I want to give thanks to our ancestors, thanking them for the continued guidance and protection, and just being able to bring the message, with clarity and a different perspective, to really open up their minds. You feel me? So that's what I'm actually do now. So let me see if we have audio on Facebook. Give me 1 second. You do what you gotta do. Got audio on Facebook, all right? Like I told y'all before, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn the hard way. All right? And I hope it's not gonna be too late. As you could see, the title of the video is Another Message to All My American Indian Lineage. My brothers and sisters, I've already explained to y'all what the Jubilee is. Now, in lieu of what's taking place, on a political level, in the political atmosphere, we see that a lot of these so-called illegal aliens are being, deported. And a lot of people tend to think, oh, because you're a United States citizen, it's not going to affect you. It's not going to bother you. All right. But I want you to know that's totally, totally far from the truth. And this message is for all American Indians, particularly those that were actually born in the United States. Let me explain something to y'all. Because you were born in the United States, you are not exempt from what's going on. All right. This is a displacement of the original people of the land. All right. Now, like I told y'all before, Trump is the trumpet. All right. The Jubilee, but double-edged sword. Trump is a double-edged sword. Okay. Here to restore and here to purge. And if you don't know who you are and you don't stand on who you are, you're going to be purged. You feel me? Now I'm going to show y'all some information, and you could get into your emotions. You could get into your bag with this. I'm cool with it. I'm okay with it because I know what I'm talking about. You feel me? Let me start sharing my screen because I don't even want to waste time. Let's get into this. Give me 1 second. Boom. Here we go. Come back. Because don't think because you was born in the United States, you can't go. I'm gonna show you that you could go. And they already set up the precedents a whole long time ago. All right. It was already set up a long time ago. And I'm going to show it to you. All right. This is nothing new under the sun. Why do you think they were able to take American Indians from the Americas and send them to different parts of the country as slaves? Why do you think they were able to take American Indians in 1820 and go set up the colony of Liberia in Africa? I'm going to explain to you why. People think this is a game. Watch and see. Watch and learn. Watch and learn and listen. Here we go. And our ancestors are going to force y'all, all of y'all that think y'all black and y'all African American, just watch. Y'all going to start running talking about you American Indian. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. Pay attention. Hold on. This screen is being populated. Hold on for a second. Okay, here we go. Trump says, all right, or the Trump administration says, it will be fine to put American criminals in prison in another nation. That's what's going on. And not just American people, just any American citizen, regardless of your race. Okay, you're going to be deported and put into a prison in El Salvador. That's what's being proposed right now. If y'all really think it's a game and y'all not listening to what I've been telling you, you're going to learn the hard way. Washington, U.S. President Donald Trump said on Tuesday it would be fine to put American criminals in prisons in another nation, adding there were countries who will take criminals from the United States. United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Tuesday described as very generous an offer by El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, who housed dangerous criminals from the United States in his country jails, and said the Trump administration would have to study it. because they're working on a deal right now. And the president of El Salvador said, listen, if the deal is sweet enough, we'll take your prisoners. I keep talking to my people, man. I keep talking to my people, and everybody's just on the internet debating and arguing and, oh, we Indians with it now. You see, I'm the Mr. What's next guy. And that's what we need to be focused on. Not screaming we Indians. We know who we are. We ain't got to prove that to anybody. The question is what's next? And nobody's talking about that except me. And nobody's doing anything about it except me. The way it's supposed to be done. Let me put that way. Let me rephrase that. Okay? You can't focus on so-called black people who are American Indians and they are part of the federally recognized tribes. They themselves are subjects. All right? They're subjects. They're under the jurisdiction of the corporation. So they cannot tell those of us they call not recognized, not federally recognized. They can't tell us nothing. Because we actually have more rights than them, to be quite frank. Yes, they get some more privileges and benefits, but they are under the jurisdiction of the corporation. All right? Like literally, there's a contract that was signed. It's called a ratified treaty. But let us stay on, let us just stay on track right here real quick. And yes, you know, we could still work with them at some point, but they have to realize their situation and where they're at. Okay? So let me stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to explain to you why the corporation could do what they're doing and take United States citizens that they deemed criminals and deport them and put them in another jail. Okay? Is nothing different under the sun. The same way they picked up American Indians in the streets, calling them black, all right, dead in law, and sending them to Africa in 1820, that's what they are doing in 2025. That's what they are doing in 2025. I keep telling y'all, this is about the jubilee. This is about restoring the birthright. And not just the birthright, the blood right. More so the blood right opposed to the birthright. Okay, but it's blood right. And with that being said, if you do not step up and declare your blood right, then you expose yourself. I don't care what you think. I don't care where you think you was born. It could be in, you could call yourself a Choctaw, you could call yourself a Cherokee, you could call yourself a Creek, you could call yourself a Blackfeet. It doesn't make a difference. I keep warning my people, man. And let me explain to you why they could do this and why it's legal. It may not be lawful, but it's legal. Pay attention. I've taught you this before, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show it to you again. I'm going to show it to y'all again. Pay attention now, because y'all think Chief don't know what he's talking about. I've been talking to y'all since 2011 on these platforms, and I even go further back when I was just dealing with law and the legal system, 2020, and for 25 years now. But about being indigenous since 2011, 2012, I've been doing this. Let me explain something to you. Let's go back to the 13th Amendment. Article 1 of the 13th Amendment. Let's check that out. And I'm going to break some things down, you know, just break it down. Because what people don't realize is this. What they call prophecy is actually a blueprint. No sky daddy came down and put anything in a book or told Moses anything or told Jacob or anybody anything. All that stuff is allegory. You feel me? Those people didn't exist. You dig? So when you hear about prophecies in the Bible, no, that's man who wrote the book and put those things in place, and they had a specific time when they were going to make things happen. No different than if I do a blueprint for a building, and in the blueprint, I have every section of the house, what's going to happen, where I'm going to put the cabinets, where I'm going to put the refrigerator, where I'm going to put the kitchen, where I'm going to put the bathroom, where I'm going to put you know, the porch, whatever the case is, right? No different from that. So now somebody come across the blueprint for the house, let's say 100 or 200,000 years later, and somebody built the house without telling the truth. Somebody would say, oh, well, man, that was a prophecy. It was a blueprint of a man that was put in a book. So the reason why the United States could do what they're doing, let us read the 13th Amendment, Section 1. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude Pay attention. Except, a key word. You see, there's always a provision. Even when I showed you the American Indian Citizen Act of 1924, where they made all American Indian citizens of the United States, except provided that, you see, they always have to give you a way out. They always have to give a provision because they cannot just violate your rights lawfully. They have to give you a provision. It's an offer. You feel me? Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for a crime. What is Trump saying now? We are going to deport all criminals regardless of your nationality. So because you think you was born in the United States and you call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, a Black American, an African American, an Afro American, a BFA or BOF, whatever y'all want to call yourself right now, you are not exempt. You are not exempt. So if y'all don't want to come together and stop playing the game, then y'all going to learn the hard way. You're going to learn the hard way because my people are a stiff-necked people. They are a stiff-necked people. You feel me? Key word. For a crime. For a crime. Who is the highest demographic or of ethnicity that's been put in jails and being criminalized? Who do you think it is? The people that call themselves Black, who are actually the American Indians. So who do you think is going to go to El Salvador in those jails and meet some of the world's dangerous criminals? Y'all think y'all gangster, huh? Y'all think y'all really about the gangs, huh? All right, wait till you go to El Salvador. I guarantee you it ain't nothing like what you see up here, though. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. Let's read this again. Because everything was already put in place. Everything was already put in place. It was to purge the original people of the land. Let's go all the way back to the Bible. What did the Lord God in the Bible did? He took his Israelites and went to all these different indigenous places and what? Displaced those people, destroyed those people, and gave them promised land that did not belong to them. A thief. But y'all claiming to be that because y'all don't know exactly what the Bible is and y'all don't know what it's talking about. Because you don't know who you are. You think because you call yourself an Israelite, you found yourself? No. You lost like everybody else. Because y'all don't know exactly what it means. So don't nobody's safe. The only people that are safe is the people who step up and declare who they are, come together and stand up on a national scale. That's how it's going to change. But y'all want to be individualized, huh? All right, let's see how that's going to work out. But I'm going to read that again. Let's go. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except the provision. Well, if we could punish you for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. You feel me? That's the key. So therefore, they turn everything into a crime. Everything is turned into a crime. Now, is it criminal? Is it of a criminalistic nature? It depends whether you're dealing with legal or you're dealing with law. In law, those things are not crimes, but however, in the legal system, they are crimes because they have criminalized everything that deals with statutes, codes, and ordinances, which are not laws. They are not crimes. But it's a legal system. It's a community that created their own system. You feel me? And they speak legalese. It sounds like English, but it's not. The words sound the same, but in that community, it means something different. And my people perish for the lack of knowledge because they don't get that. So you go into these courts. When you go into a court, why do you think it's called a court? Because it's a place to play games. And they don't know how to play the game, but they're playing the game. You're going to lose 99% of the times. So now that you have a criminal record and the purge is taking place, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up in El Salvador. I don't care what you think you are, who you think you are. And they're going to find ways to criminalize you for any little thing. For any little thing. That's a fact. All right. Now pay attention. Let us go here on TikTok real quick and listen to some videos real quick, because people think this is a game, huh? I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Right here. Give me a second, please. Let me come back here. Because my people, man, y'all, man, you know what? Let me just share this video, man. Here we go. All right, pay attention.
All right, we're gonna go in here.
Even as I'm stepping through these doors, I don't fully grasp what we're about to walk into. Suddenly, you're hit with the intense gaze of dozens locking onto you. These men described as the worst of the worst, tattooed with reminders of El Salvador's dark past. It's tense and uncomfortable. But here, officials say comfort isn't meant to exist.
There's no mattresses, there's no sheets. You've got a toilet over here for them to go to the bathroom. You've got this basin here that they use to bathe themselves. And then you can see there.
You hear that? They don't have no mattresses, no sheets. There's only one bathroom where all of these people got to take time to bathe themselves. Y'all think, let me tell you something. They got you so used to going to jail in the United States. It's all planned from the school, and it's all allegedly, because you know how YouTube and all of them are, right? So allegedly, the school to prison pipeline. Why do you think the jails look like the school? You got to go there a certain time. Okay, when the bell ring, you get a break. Look at the table they have for lunch in the kitchenette. It looked like the table they have in the jails. Look at the bus that take people to school. Go look at the bus that take people to prison. People don't realize it was all psychologically done, because you are not paying attention. You're not watching. You don't want to learn. You feel me? So they got you comfortable to go into jail opposed to going to school. Is the same thing, because you cannot differentiate, right? And then they give you TV. They give you commissary. They give you all these different perks because they're getting you used to it, and they make life hard on the outside for the original people. But when you go on the inside, they want to give you free TV. They want to give you free phone calls. You feel me? They want you to get comfortable with the life on the inside and make life on the outside hard. So while you're on the outside, you want to do things to turn you into a criminal. And when you go on the inside, that's when they want to reform you, opposed to reforming you before you even go in there. Because they know the signs. They know that the schools are taking reports where little Tommy or little Day, you know what I'm saying? He has some type of behavioral problem. So you're already marked. Listen.
There's a barrel of water that they can drink from.
They drink water from a barrel of water. A barrel of water. All right?
This is a rare look inside El Salvador's terrorism confinement center, known as SBJECT.
He says there's always somebody standing here in front of the cells. And then if you look up, there's another corridor with more security personnel. Luz 24 horas. 24/7 light.
The prison sits like an isolated fortress, nestled in mountainous terrain, about an hour-and-a-half drive from the capital. Even with government officials on board with us, we're stopped a mile out.
Oh, okay. He's gonna inspect bags now too. Okay, we're clear to get back in.
Only to hit another checkpoint. Approaching the main gate, our cell signals vanish.
They want to do a full search on us before we enter.
Yeah, they can't even have phones. Y'all think jail life is sweet, huh? All right. Welcome to El Salvador.
SBJECT's director, Belarmino Garcia, greets us and takes us through a rigorous security check.
Wedding ring. So this is like airport security on steroids. Anything that we're carrying with us. Móvil aquí, teléfono. Okay. Anything we're carrying with us has to go there. and then there's a buy.
All right, let's pause. All right, so y'all could, just giving y'all some information. Let me show you another video because I want you to hear the information that what they are proposing to do, and it's already in the works. So when we go back to the 13th Amendment, since you have already been criminalized and you have a criminal record, even if you're a United States citizen or not, it don't make a difference wherever you're from. Whether you was born in the US or not, it don't make a difference. It was all a plan that was already put in place because they know these things. They know the Jubilee was going to come. These people know all these things that's going to happen. So they plan for that ahead. That's called playing chess while y'all playing checkers. It's not too late because we're still the original people of the land. We still could come together and stand as one. But y'all want to separate yourselves. Oh, well, the Jamaicans is not American. Oh, well, the people from Barbados, they're not American. Well, the people from Haiti, they're not American. Because y'all think the United States is America. You got tricked. You feel me? There's a plan that was put in place. And it's being implemented right before our eyes. And we out here fighting each other instead of coming together. Yo, this is our land. I don't care where you're from. I don't care where you're from in any part of the Americas. As long as you're from the Americas, we need to stand together. Because this is just the beginning. All right, y'all don't want to be proactive. I keep telling y'all, man, that nation that you guys are part of, that procrastination, if y'all don't give up that citizenship, I'm telling you, just watch. Just watch. Just watch, man. Let us go ahead and share another one. Let's go share another one. Because y'all don't realize the connection y'all have to the people from the islands, because we came from the south, we came up into the north, we went to the north, we went to the south. It was just one American continent. But what do I know, right? Let's pay attention. Let this populate and listen to this. When our ancestors that were all in the islands were fighting the colonizers, the Dutch, the French, all right, and eventually the British, all of them, who do you think was on the forefront fighting before they literally got into the United States? And when they came through, through Florida, who you think was fighting to prevent them from coming from Florida? The Caribs, the Tainos. Fighting to defend our brothers and sisters that was already in the United States. Who do you think the Haitians was fighting to protect and giving citizenship? Everybody all over the Americas. That's why they hate Haiti so much. But don't worry about it, man. Pay attention to this.
Really taking prisoners from the U.S., regardless of their nationality. Here's what you need to know. On Monday, during a visit to
listen to this again. Regardless of their nationality. Listen.
So, is El Salvador really taking prisoners from the U.S., regardless of their nationality? Here's what you need to know. On Monday, during a visit to El Salvador, the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced that as part of this effort to ramp up removals from the U.S. undocumented migrants, but also to accept what he called dangerous criminals, people already serving their sentences in the U.S., even if they're American citizens or legal residents. President Bukele confirmed that offer on X, saying that El Salvador would accept convicted criminals, including U.S. citizens, into their mega prison known as SBJECT in exchange for a fee. And while it is just a proposal, it is also unprecedented. A deal like this, if implemented, would require navigating a host of American and international laws on detention and prisoners' rights, not to mention the forcible removal of American citizens. But you should know the mass incarceration in El Salvador has long raised bigger concerns. Nayib Bukele came into power back in 2019, pledging then to crack down on the gangs that had really terrorized his nation for decades, and he did, turning one of the deadliest countries in Latin America into one of the safest. But human rights groups and even the US State Department have criticized what they've described as his brutal tactics, sweeping up more than 80,000 people into this mega prison that he purpose-built. While reporting there last year, I talked to police sources who said that they often arrested innocent people just to meet quotas. I also talked to families whose loved ones they said were innocent, but were still locked away with no chance of getting out. The vice president told me back then in an interview that innocent people would eventually be released. He said some 6,000 people already had when we spoke last February, but that is roughly 1 out of every 10 people that had been arrested and detained. Now, Presidents Trump and Bukele have long had a close alliance. Just days after being sworn in for his second term, Trump and Bukele spoke on the phone. Trump hailed his leadership as an example for the Western Hemisphere. Whether or not the Trump administration tries to take Bukele up on this offer to imprison even U.S. citizens in Salvador and the legal challenges that could follow remains to be seen. But for now, the offer is on the table.
All right. Like I told y'all before, man, it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. So if you have your family, all right, your peoples, you feel me, that's incarcerated, and that thing go into effect, you probably just won't ever hear from them again. This is real what's happening right here. And people don't get that. Let me tell y'all something. History always repeats itself. And let me explain to you what's happening again. All right. The same way, let's go back into Europe before these people came here. When I say people, I'm talking about the black nobles. Before they came here and brought the pale man into the Americas, that's what they did to the pale man. Y'all don't realize part of this is payback. And everybody with this complexion is getting pulled into a war that had nothing to do with us. These people brought this on our lands. We had nothing to do with this until it came here. And yes, a lot of our ancestors took part in it. But let me explain something to y'all. All right. Back then in Europe, in the British Empire, the rulers, the kings, King Charles, King James, Queen Elizabeth I, Charlotte, all these people, Queen Anne, all these people were people of color. And the pale-skinned people, including regular so-called people of color, they were the criminals and the vagabonds. And they were the ones who were dumped into another country from their country of nativity. That's what's happening here now. What happened to them, that's what they are implementing to continue. Once again, go look at Noah Webster's 1820 dictionary, definition of an American. Original, native, and aboriginal copper-colored race that was found in the Americas by the Europeans, whether it was the black ones, the so-called black devils, or the pale-skinned ones. But now the term is being applied to those born in America. We are being displaced. Once again, paper genocide, full in effect. And it's happening physically right now. Because the paper is the work that's done with the spirit. And it's being manifested in the flesh. History is repeating itself again, and y'all just too blind to see it. Because y'all think it's a game. Y'all think it's a game, huh? How long have I been on this internet, on these platforms, asking y'all to let's come together, let's unite, join me. Here's my email. How many people you hear singing that song with all the great teachers that you have out here teaching you things, and all they're doing is promoting their brand. All they're doing is building their empire, not giving you any solutions. Nothing like let's come together, let's make these moves. None of them are doing that. At least not that I've seen. But they have thousands and thousands of followers and views because they are building their brand. This is not about a brand to me. This is about restoring our blood right. And it's never too late to stand up. It's never too late to stand up. You feel me? It's never too late. Never. It's imperative that we come together and we stand, or else people are going to learn a very hard lesson. And they're going to continue to find ways to criminalize our young brothers and sisters because they have no direction. The only direction they have is the video, the rap videos, the drill music. That's the only direction that they have, and that's what they listen to. You have a few of them that's actually waking up. I see a lot of younger ones, starting to dive into the knowledge, and that's beautiful. But it's our people, the original of these lands, you feel me? That's going to suffer. That's going to be transported, deported, or transported or transferred, whatever you want to call it, into El Salvador. And I guarantee you it's going to be a point of no return. Because once you end up in that situation right there, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be hard to come back home. If you're still alive, to come back home. And I'm not here to instigate fear. I just want you to know what's going on and what we need to do. All right? So I'm not going to be on here any longer. I'm just going to conclude this video. I don't want it to be too long. I just came to give a message. Don't focus on the messenger now. Focus on the message. All right? My email is always in the link below because we are building. We are connecting. And that's all I could say. All right? But don't let too late be your cry. When you're going to remember my words. All right? So you guys are absolutely welcome. Like I said, my email is always in the link below with instructions. I'm going to be doing another class this evening. Y'all are free to send your information. I could make sure you're part of our community and you'll get the information. That's all I could do. I can't do nothing else. I can't force you to step up and declare who we are. I cannot force you to come together and stand as a collective. I can't do that. I can't. I wish I could come to every home and talk to every individual and grab them by their bootstrap and let's go. But I can't do it. I can't do it. You feel me? So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your continuation. I love my people, man. And I'm going to continue to stand and fight on behalf of my ancestors and my people. You feel me? Can't save anybody. You got to save yourself. But together as a collective, we could save ourselves. Because this is just the beginning. It's not going to get any easier. Like I told y'all before, yes, it is the Jubilee where the original people are to be restored. But if the original people don't stand up and take the initiative and take the steps that they're supposed to take to make the claim, then it's all pointless. You're going to go back into slavery, into servitude. And it's not going to be until another 50 years, unless some extreme things were to take place. You feel me? That's just all I'm saying. All right. Feel free to share the video, share the information. Let as much people hear this as possible, because the corporation, they're not playing. They're not playing. All right. When you go to Isaiah 45:7, okay, the Lord God said, I was the one who created good and evil. I created light and dark. That's what Trump is playing right now. Light and dark, good and evil. In the dollar bill, in God we trust. Who's playing God? You feel me? Y'all just don't get it though, right? But that's going to go over some heads. I'm going to let it slide though. And there's a reason why I did the video the way I did it. I'm on camera the way I'm on camera. Look at the halo. Everything is symbolic, but y'all going to get it though. I'm out.